So welcome to the next session, that is the next unit known as function. So we'll see the definition regarding the function. Function is a group of statements that together to perform a defined task. So what exactly the statement or a group of statement that combines together to perform any work or a task is known as a function. So, and the C allows the two different types of function. One is structured library function or a built-in function. Second is a user-defined function. So, what do you mean by built-in function or a structured library function? In C programming language comes with a huge library of functions that you can use in your program without rewriting everything. So it's already built in, so no need to write anything or no need to change anything. So that is known as the structured library function or a built-in function. So you only need to include the file in which the function is already written. So when you write a statement like printf, you're using a function that is in the standard C library. So printf, scanf, it's already there in the function. So that is known as a built-in function. So library functions in C are a built-in function which are grouped together and placed in common places called library. So it is known as library. In a library function, it performs some specific operation. So that library functions are created and written by the person who created C compiler. So it can be created by the C compiler. So in that we are using hash include stdio.h. As you all know that it is a header file. So .h extension, it is a header file. And we write hash include statement, so that includes all the header files what you need into your program. So in your program you are using printf, scanf, all the functions, so that is included in the header files hash include .h. So that is what the standard library function or a built-in function. So let's see the example of built-in function. Here, as you all know that, as I said, hash include stdio.h and the hash include math.h. These are all the header files. So stdio means standard input output. .h means header files. Math.h is especially used to find out any calculation or used to solve some problems, mathematical problems solve ಮಾಡುವಾಗ. So math.h ಅನ್ನೋ header files ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And every program we are using printf, scanf. So that all we use the standard input output function. So that is that header files. In this we have to solve square root. We have to find out the square root of a given number. So int main is a function. So you have declared double number. So double, why we need double means here you have to calculate the square root. So and one square root ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, it will be stored in the variable square root only. So you have to enter one number. So to find out which number's square root, so that is what we should enter any number. So scanf percentage LF, the long float, that is a number, and we should compute the square root. We should know the square root of any number that is to be stored in the square root. In that, this square root is equal to sqrt is a function name of number. So number what is to be taken in here, you have to take that number here. And the printf square root of percentage dot 2lf is equal to percentage dot 2lf, the number and the square root. So this percentage dot lf means after you got square root, there is a 2 decimal point. So that is what 0.2 lf. So enter the number. I have taken 23.4. The square root of this number is 4.84. So 23.4 I have taken. So there is a 0.2 lf ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 23.40. The square root of this number is 4.84. So in this example we included math.h header file is used because sqrt function is written in this header file. So printf, scanf ಹೇಗೆ stdio.h ಅಲ್ಲಿ include ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಥರ sqrt function header files math.h ಅಲ್ಲಿ include ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So that is what usually mathematical calculations ಮಾಡುವಾಗ math.h ಅನ್ನೋ header filesನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
So here are some of the example regarding some header files used in the built-in function. stdio.h, it is description means standard header files in which input and output functions are declared. Conio means console input output header files. String h means it includes all related string related functions. Math.h means all maths related functions are defined. stdlib.h means it contains all the general functions used in C or the library functions used in C. So here the next is user defined function. So general format or the syntax of user defined function is like this: return type, function name and the parameter list and the body of the function. So and it includes or it consists of two different things. One is a function header and the function body. So what is that function header consists of? Return type, function name, parameter and the function body. So what do you mean by return type? So return type is the function may return a value. So return type is a data type. So what you are using int or float or void, what you have to return a value, you are using the void. So that is what the return type. And the function name means this is the actual name of the function. You can use any name as a function name. That function name and the parameter list together constitute a function signature. So you can take any name as a function. And the parameters. So parameters, it's like a placeholder, and when the function invoked, you pass a value to the parameter. This value referred as the actual argument or the actual parameter. So that parameter list refers to the type, order and the number of parameters of a function. So it may be the optional. Parameter na pass madlebeku antalla, it can be optional. That is, a function may contain no parameters. So it is not mandatory that parameters to be listed. You can also use a no parameter or a zero parameters, like so functionally parameter pass madlebeku anta illa, you cannot use the parameters also. So what do you mean by function body? It is a it contains a collection of statements that define what the function does. So function name ಅಥವಾ function declare call ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what is the function does or what is the task. So that is what the function body. So here one example regarding the function. So here some source code of a function called max. You are going to find out the maximum number of any two numbers. So in that the function takes two parameters, because I want to know the maximum number among the two values. You need to declare any two, so that is number 1 and the number 2, and returns the maximum value between the two. So you have to call a function name as max. Int is a return type. I already said that a function header consists of return type, function name, parameter and the function body. Here the return type is a int, function name is a max, it is a list of a parameters. So int num1 int num2. So num1 num2 anta kuda declare ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, or else you should specify the data type of num1 and the num2. So this is a local variable declaration, and it should be stored in the variable result. So if num1 greater than num2, you are going to find out the maximum among the two numbers. So that is why num1 greater than num2. So if it is the number 1 is greater than num2, the num1 is stored in the result, or else result ali number 2 save ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, then return result. So this is a small example of the function of the name max. Then how you are going to declare a function? So a function declaration tells the compiler about the function name and how to call the function. So the actual body of the function can be defined separately. So same thing, return type, function name and the parameter list. Here are some example of declaring the function. So in the defined function max, the function declaration is as follows: int max, int num1 num2, or else parameters names are not important in the function declaration, only the type is required, because num1 and num2 may be of float or maybe of int. You can take anything, so that is why it is int another, it is more important for the valid declaration. You can also take int max, int num1 comma int num2, or else you just clarify int max of int comma int. So there is two int declaration here. It's by default we know that there is a two numbers of a integer data type. The function declaration is required when you define a function in one source and you call the function in another file. So in such cases you should declare the function at the top of the file calling the function. So you can also use in this format or else in this format, both are fine. So this is what the function declaration. Yeah, here int max, int comma int. So this is also one of the type of declaring the function. So in this example gives four information to the C compiler. One is the name of the function. What is the name of the function? It's a max. Int is nothing but the return type. So return type in the format of integer. So how many parameters is passing? There is a two parameters, int and int. There is a two parameters. Data type of the parameters are both have the integer. So here both the numbers are integer. Then the return type max returns a single value. It is of the data type integer, because here you are taking the integer and passing the parameters is also integer. So that is why return type is a in the type of data type integer. Then calling a function. Next topic is calling a function. So the next is a calling function. While creating the C function, so you need to call any function. So the agenda of calling a function is to do some task, some specified task. So that is why when a program calls a function, the program control is transferred to the called function. So it is to be controlled by the called function. So in the previous example, max is a function, so it should be controlled by the max function only. So called function executes line by line and then thus performs a defined task. So if you want to calculate or if you want to find out the maximum numbers among the two numbers, so the defined task is to find out the maximum. So that is why the called function executes line by line. So called function performs a defined task when its return statement is executed. So in the previous example, the return statement is executed when the function is called. So when its function ending, close braces is reached. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಎಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, the function means it reaches the ending braces. So it returns the program control back to the main program. So after this it control back to the main program and execute start from the next statement. So after reaching the closing braces, it will start executing the next statement. So here are the same example in two different way. So to call a function, you just need to pass a required parameter along with the function name, and if the function returns a value, then you have to store a returned value. So here see the example of those two program. So you know that hash include stdio.h is a function, header files. Then you should declare some function here. So int max, int num1 comma int num2. There is a int is a return type, max is a function name, and is the parameter list. This is a local variable definition. So you already initialize the value of int a and the int b. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿನೇ ನೀವು ಟೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ the value of the maximum one. So calling a function to get a max value. So here return ret is equal to max of a comma b. So you are calling the function to get a maximum number of a and b. So ret is a you should call the max function. You are using to call the max function. Ret is equal to max of a comma b. What's the value of a? It's 100. What's the value of b? It's 200. So among these two, you should know the b is a maximum, and that will be stored in ret. So this is one of the method, the calling a function to get a maximum value, and it is a
returning function returning the max between the two numbers. So here the some difference between the previous one. Int max of int num1 and num2, this is a local variable declaration. Yes, and int result, here you are not taking any initialization the values. Here you are writing some logic, that is if num1 greater than num2, it will be stored in the, if the num1 is greater, it will be stored in the result, and else result will be, I mean number 2 is greater, the result will be stored in here. So in this example, in the second example, so if we are taken more than 2, 4, 8 or maximum numbers tagondaga, prati sari it will be somewhat difficult to check all the numbers which is maximum and which is minimum. So while using the function, you are calling the function, it is somewhat easy while comparing the this one. So this is one the difference between the calling function as well as the returning a value. Yeah, so we have kept maximum along with the main function, compiled the source code. While running the final executable, it will produce the result max value is 200. Yes, so the next is a parameter. There are a parameter, formal parameter list. If a function is used arguments, it must declare a variable that accept the values of the argument. So these variables are called the formal parameter function. So again, there are some formal parameter behave like other local variables inside the function and also created upon entry to the function and destroyed upon exit. So there are mainly two types of parameters. One is actual parameter or the actual argument. Second is formal parameter or the formal arguments. So the example here, by seeing this example, you get to know that what is the actual parameter and what is the formal parameters. So when consider this example, hash include stdio.h void add int comma int. So void is a return type and the add is a function name, and int comma int is a parameter list. Here you are not taking the values here. So here I am taking the values, int x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 10. Add both the variable x and y. So this is one type of example. Here this is also another one example, void add int a comma int b, and the sum is equal to a plus b. So this is also one type of adding the two variables. In this example, x and y are the actual parameters. So this is the actual parameter. A and b are the formal parameters. So here a and b are the formal parameters. So it is declared in the parameter list. This is a formal parameter. So it is declared or it is initialized in the function body or the body of the function. It is a actual parameter. So add is a function which accepts two arguments of type integer, because ಇಲ್ಲಿ int ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು ಎರಡು integer type dataನ accept ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Since it returns nothing, so the return type is void. So here I am using the void and void. So void ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it doesn't return any value. So you are not using the return type. Here some example, we are using the return because I am using int as a data type. Here I am using void as a data type. In which example we are using the void, it doesn't return any value. So so that is what the return type is. Void is used to it doesn't return any value. So next concept is classification of function, and it is important. I have already explained with an example in your regular classes. Please refer those example of the these four types of classification of function. So function without argument and without return value. Second, function without argument and with return value. Third, function with arguments and with return value. Functions with arguments and without return value. So please refer the example what I have given in the class to know the classification of function, and it is very important. Can ask in the exam also. So here there are the next concept. One is call by value and the call by reference. What exactly the call by value? This method copies the actual value of an argument into the formal parameter of a function. So it can copy the actual value of an argument into the formal parameter. So in this case, changes made to the parameter inside the function have no effect on the argument. So if you are copying the actual parameter or the actual value to the formal, it doesn't make any changes. So that is what the call by value. What do you mean by call by reference? This method copies the address. So here we should copy the value. Here you are going to copy the address of the argument into the formal parameter. So it is a value and it is a address. So inside the function, the address is used to access the actual parameter used in the call. So this means that changes made to the parameter affects the argument. So because one changes it copies the actual value, it copies the address. So this is what the call by value and the call by reference. Yeah, same thing, call by value in C. So in this method, the value of actual parameters is copied into the formal parameter. Call by reference means it copies the address of the argument. So here one example regarding the call by value. So here you know that stdio.h is a header file, and void swap int comma end prototype of the function. So the declaration regarding the function. Here the void is a data type and the swap is a function name. Int is a parameter list. Here I have declared int a is equal to 10 and int b is equal to 20. This is a formal parameter. Int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 10. This is a actual parameters, and you are going to swap these two values. The value of a is to be swapped with the value of b. So before swapping, what is the value of a? As usual, a is equal to 20 and b is equal to a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. That is a before swapping in the main function. After swap a of b, the value should be a is equal to percentage b, means after swapping a is replaced as a 20 and b is replaced as a 10. So the value of actual parameter do not change by changing the formal parameters in call by value. Here a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. After swapping there is no changes. A value same irutte, b value same irutte. So this is what the call by value. Here you see the changes here, int a comma int b. So here there is a change of parameter list in the formal parameter. So this is the actual parameter. Here this is a formal parameter. So I'll use int a comma int b. So same thing, you should declare one temporary variable, that is a temp is equal to a is equal to b is equal to temp. After swapping all these things, the formal parameter, here a should be replaced as a 20 and b is replaced as a 10. So it changes the value. So here the actual parameter changes do not change by changing the formal parameter. So there is no change after swapping. Here there is a change after swapping with the formal parameter used in this way. Yeah, before swapping the value a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. After swapping the values of function a is equal to 20, b is equal to 10. So after swapping the values in a main, so a obviously 10 ide, b 20 ide, there is no changes. Okay. So here the main functionally ಏನು changes ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Here the value functionally changes ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So a is 20, b is 10. So main functionally there is no changes. A as it is 10 ಇದೆ, b as it is 20 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Yes, the call by reference in value. Call by reference is nothing but you should copy the address. Address of the variable is passed into the function call as the actual parameter. Yeah, this is an example regarding the call by reference. So same thing, void swap int star. Star means the pointer. Here you are using the pointer. This is the prototype of the function. Then here you are declaring the actual parameter, that is int a is equal to 10 and int b is equal to 20. Same thing as in the case of the previous one. The printing the value of a and b in the main function. So main function ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸ್ವ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. So you are swapping the address. Here ampersand is indicates the address of that particular a, and ampersand b is indicates the address of the particular b. So after swapping, so the values of actual parameter do change in call by reference. So in the previous call by value alli there is no change. A as it is 10 ittu, b as it is 20 ittu. So call by value alli, so illi naವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಸ್ವಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, so the call by reference alli it do changes call by reference. A is equal to 20 and b is equal to A is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. So here you are passing the formal parameters, that is a star a and the star b. So same thing, the address should be passed here. After swapping, the formal parameter may be a20 and the b10. So this is what the changes regarding call by value and the call by reference. So this is one the changes regarding the call by value and the call by reference. So in that call by value you are passing the only values, and call by reference means you are copying the address of that particular variable. Yes, here before swapping the values in main function a is 10 and the b is 10. After swapping them in the function, a obviously change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 10. After swapping the main function ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, a20 b10. ಸೊ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ a 20 ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, b 10 ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ a 10 b 20 ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್. a ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ವ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಯಾ, ಸಿ in both the main function and the values in the function, two ways allu kuda a and b value should be swapping. Yeah, here some difference between the call by value and the call by reference. Call by value, it can be the copy the value is passed into the function. Here call by reference alli address should be the address of the value is passed into the function. Here changes made inside the function is limited to the function only. The values of the actual parameter do not change by changing the formal parameter. Here it must changes the formal parameter. ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಬೈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ difference between call by value and the call by reference. So main thing we should consider here, call by value means value should be copied, call by reference means address should be copied. So in the call by value it cannot be changes the formal parameters. In the call by reference the address copy ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಬೈ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಕಾಲ್ ಬೈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೂ ಬಿಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎರರ್ನ ಡಿಬಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮೇ ಲೀಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ in such situation we should split, or the process of splitting
or the process of splitting the lengthy and complex program into a smaller number units is called block structure. Because if the program is too lengthy, it is more complex to sort out or to debug any debug the program, to find out the errors. It is more complex, so that is what the program should be splitting into two different programs ಅಥವಾ parts ಆಗಿ split ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it is somewhat easy to find out the errors in the smaller units. So that approach, or that is known as a modular approach or the block structure. Yeah, the last concept is advantages of a function. So if we are using a function while creating any source code, so there is some advantages. One is avoid repetition of the code. So you can call that function to do some different task. So that means it avoids repetition of code, increases the program readability, divide a complex program into a similar or the simpler one, then reduces chances of error. Modifying a program becomes it is very easy. So these are all the advantages of a function used in a program. Yeah, so this is all about the function chapter or the function units. And this is of, I think, maybe of 22 marks, I think. So please refer all the videos that what we are sending through your WhatsApp. Please see all the videos and make use of it. Thank you.